All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into some of the most fascinating and honestly most urgent topics of our time. We're going to break down the true ethical dilemmas and the real future risks of artificial intelligence. There is just so much noise out there right now, you know? So our goal here is pretty simple. We want to separate the hype from the reality, look directly at what the data is actually telling us, and explore how these systems are completely reshaping our world. To really wrap our heads around this, it helps to ground AI in human history. Think about every major, powerful tool we've ever created. Fire, electricity, the internet. They all brought these enormous civilization-shifting benefits. But right alongside them came very real, brand new risks. AI is absolutely no different. Understanding both sides of that coin isn't pessimism, it's exactly what allows a technology to be used well. Just like those past innovations, this incredibly powerful tool demands our respect, not our panic. Okay, so here is our roadmap for today. We'll be moving through 5 core areas. 1. The double-edged sword. 2. The data dilemma. 3. Jobs and misinformation. 4. Navigating the debate. And 5. Your AI future. Let's get into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the double-edged sword, balancing the promise and the pitfalls.
Look, before we get into the challenges, we absolutely have to acknowledge that AI has already delivered real, measurable benefits that we simply shouldn't ignore. Across the board, AI is doing some serious heavy lifting. It's advancing medicine with new drug discoveries, it's improving accessibility for individuals with disabilities, massively boosting our daily productivity, and accelerating complex scientific research. Being truly informed means holding both the promise and the pitfalls in our minds at the exact same time. You just can't understand the risks if you don't also understand the profound value driving this whole thing forward.
Moving right along to Section 2, the data dilemma, bias and privacy.
So here's a crucial point. AI doesn't learn in a vacuum. It learns from human history. Bias happens when an AI system's outputs unfairly favor or disfavor certain groups. But here's the real kicker. It usually does this because of patterns in its training data. It accidentally absorbs and repeats historical human flaws without any actual malice or intent. It's literally just doing math on the data we gave it.
And this brilliantly illustrates bias in the real world. This is a famous, widely cited example of a flawed AI hiring tool that was used by a major tech company. Step 1, the tool ingested a ton of historical hiring data. Step 2, it identified the patterns of past successful candidates. But because those past human decisions had historically favored a specific demographic, usually tied to gender or background, Step 3 happened. The AI quietly replicated those past human biases. Nobody designed it to discriminate. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't designed to do it. It just learned a skewed pattern from skewed data. And this is exactly why testing AI systems for fairness is just as absolutely crucial as testing them for accuracy.
Now, beyond the problem of bias, we have the massive privacy dilemma. AI systems are incredibly data hungry. They rely on oceans of our personal data to function and improve. And this raises some totally legitimate, urgent questions. How is all this data collected, stored, and used? And ultimately, who gets to decide? The ownership of our personal data is quickly becoming one of the most hotly contested issues in modern tech. Let's shift gears to Section 3, Jobs and Misinformation, the Human Impact. When it comes to jobs and automation, reasonable experts genuinely disagree. On one side, there is a very real concern about near-term job displacement. AI can automate many repetitive tasks, which is definitely going to impact certain roles significantly. But on the other side, looking at previous historical waves of automation, economists expect the long-term creation of entirely new job categories that don't even exist yet. Some expect net job loss soon, others expect job creation to offset it eventually, but almost everyone agrees on one thing. This transition is going to be incredibly uneven across different industries and regions. Alongside those economic shifts, generative AI introduces this new, rather unsettling concept, the deepfake. If you haven't heard of it, this is realistic but completely fabricated imagery, audio, or video generated by an AI. It has literally never been easier to synthesize reality. The implications here are just staggering. Think about it. When anyone can generate highly convincing fake audio of a politician or a video of a public event that never even happened, it raises intense concerns about misinformation. Our fundamental trust in digital information is being seriously challenged right now. If seeing is no longer believing, how do we establish truth in the digital age?
Which brings us to Section 4, navigating the debate, regulation, and ethics.
We hear the word a lot, right? But in this context, regulation simply means the government rules and policies governing how AI can be developed and used. What's absolutely vital to grasp here is that this is not a settled question. Not at all. It is an active, rapidly evolving policy area worldwide, with different countries taking notably different approaches to reining in the technology.
Lawmakers are basically trapped in this delicate regulatory balancing act. On one hand, they want to promote innovation and secure the massive economic benefits that AI promises. But on the exact same scale, they are trying to weigh the absolute necessity of ensuring safety and fairness for their citizens. It's tough. Lean too far one way, you stifle the future. Lean too far the other, you invite chaos.
And this ongoing, totally legitimate debate among top experts proves there isn't just one correct side to this issue. You've got the optimistic camp, arguing AI will be a net positive if developed carefully. You have the cautious camp, warning that risks require much stronger safeguards before we deploy this any further. And then you have the skeptical camp, concerned that current approaches might actually cause more harm than the benefits could ever justify. They are all looking at the exact same technology, but drawing vastly different conclusions based on how they assess the risk.
Finally, let's bring it all home with Section 5, Your AI Future, Taking Personal Responsibility. While governments debate regulations and economists argue about job markets, AI ethics reminds us of our personal role in all of this. Yes, it's the study of how these systems should be designed, but it's also about how they should be used responsibly. Being an informed, thoughtful user means personally understanding both the promise and the pitfalls of the tools right there at your fingertips. You are an active participant in this technological shift, not just a bystander.
So, I want to leave you with this pivotal question to ponder. What is one way you personally could use AI more responsibly starting today? Because at the end of the day, the future of AI isn't just up to the big tech companies and politicians. It's up to all of us and the small choices we make every single time we log on. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and remember to keep questioning the technology around you.